Good morning. Ron Hutchcraft is a minister who lives down in Harrison, Arkansas now, and he's also an excellent author. He wrote about one Christmas Eve many years ago. His family had gotten an emergency SOS phone call. It was from a school principal that they knew in Paterson, New Jersey. This principal was in a bind. She actually had promised to supply Christmas toys for some of her students who were from burned-out families. If you remember, long about that time, Paterson, New Jersey was one of the biggest targets for arson in the country. Seems like it was on the 6 o'clock news quite often. This principal was in a bind. She'd come up short on toys, and time was running out. Christmas Eve wasn't that far away. When the principal sent out an emergency call asking for help, Pastor Hutchcraft knew he had to get involved. He called his children together and explained the situation to them. What happened next was one for the books. The preacher said he was thrilled to see his kids respond. They started digging into their toy boxes, coming up with things they wanted to give. They'd come up with really quite an assortment of things. But then came the fire engine. It was his oldest son's favorite. It was this big, new, bright red Tonka fire engine. A dream come true for a young boy. But with both hands he carried it upstairs and extended it to his dad to be put in the Christmas bag. Well, Daddy balked. He said, "Oh, son, are you sure you want to give this away? I mean, I don't want you to feel bad about this tomorrow." You know, sometimes we don't give kids the credit they deserve. I know I've been guilty of that. As he stood there extending his Tonka fire engine to his dad, the boy seemed to be almost offended at what his dad had just said. And he looked at him with those big blue eyes and said, "Dad, isn't this what Jesus coming down here is all about in the first place?" That pastor said, "I nearly melted. It was a divine moment in our family." Even at his young age, his son had figured something out. He realized that even his most precious possessions really belong to the Lord, and therefore they are to be held loosely. And another thought hit Dad rather forcefully. He realized that everything comes from God, and they belong to Him anyway. And that means even toy trucks. And it also means that the children who play with those toy trucks are His as well. I'm Larry Hatfield. Good day.